First press screenings of Avengers Age of Ultron take place tonight, and while reviews are officially under embargo until April 21st, Disney has communicated that those that see the film tonight are free to share their initial reactions via social media. You can expect to see the first posts and tweets around 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time later this evening. Avengers Age of Ultron hits AMC theaters on May 1st. John, before we get your tweets tonight, what are you expecting from Avengers Age of Ultron?
I'm so excited. There, I counted it out today. I knew there were a few of us going. There are 8 people from the AMC Movie News team.
It's our own Avengers.
It's basically the AMC Movie News Avengers screening.
Just 8 of us.
It's just all of us. And by the way, speaking of the social media stuff, I haven't gotten the complete go ahead to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you are not following us on Instagram, you really should, because we're going to be posting some of our quick, like a little 12-second video reaction to Avengers tonight. So make sure you get on Instagram and follow us, AMC Movie News on Instagram. Make sure you follow us there. Follow me at John Campia. Follow Mark at, I was going to say at Mark Ellis, but that's the wrong one.
5150 Ellis, yeah.
Follow Christian Harloff at Christian Harloff. Yeah, follow all of us tonight, because we're going to be doing a lot. We're going to be recording our reviews after as well. My expectations for tonight are sadly too high. I think I have allowed, I did a pretty good job up until about a month ago, maybe even up to about 2 or 3 weeks ago, being really excited for this movie, like really excited for it, but keeping my expectation levels in check. Remember, it's a sequel. The last one, in my opinion, not everybody's, is what I thought was the greatest comic book movie of all time. You can't go in expecting them to top it and all that kind of stuff. Just go in and wanting to just enjoy a good movie, just a good movie, and have a good time. But that's kind of gone out the window the last 2 weeks. They've been putting out these new trailers and showing new footage, and now I'm screwed. Now I'm totally screwed, because my expectation levels now for this movie are so unrealistically high. They are so unrealistically high at this point. I am giddy. Actually, I was tweeting, or not tweeting, I was SMSing with somebody on our crew yesterday, back and forth, like, I feel like a 6-year-old kid. Like, I'm bouncing up and down for a comic book movie. I cannot wait. So my expectations completely unrealistically high. I hope between now and a few hours from now, when we see the movie, that I'm able to bring them down into check a little bit. Anyway, Mark, what are you expecting?
It's going to be the greatest film in the history of talkies, ladies and gentlemen. This is my second most anticipated film of the year. Behind, I don't even know. The way I feel right now, I have no idea if I'm even going to be able to handle when The Force Awakens come out. I'm that excited for this film. But I'll tell you why. It's because, like you, I thought The Avengers was one of, if not the greatest comic book films of all time. And then when you see this trailer and this footage that we've already seen, it looks like it has that fun vibe that you had with the first Avengers, plus a darker, more ominous tone. We get a great villain along with everything else that we got in the first Avengers film. So you can tell me to lower my expectations, and I go into this film as a critic who's going to have to review it, but more so as just a fan who's really hyped up to see the Avengers for 2.5 hours. And one great post-credit scene. So you're not allowed to post the review, but then they said you can on social media, you can say how you felt about it. So I don't even think I'm going to tweet words. I think I'm just going to tweet a face. I'm just going to take a picture of my face. I'm going to communicate the way everybody does with emojis, my human emoji, and that's going to tell you how I felt about the film. And I hope it's a face I can't even make right now. Like something like I can't even do it yet. But I'm working on it. Something that's going to blow my mind. It's going to be 5 out of 5. It's just going to be the perfect comic book film because it has fun and it has darkness to it as well.
Christian,
I don't care. When's Age of Adeline coming out? I can't wait. Someone asked me a question earlier today, because we were talking about Ex Machina, which is fantastic, by the way. And because we hadn't heard too much, there was some buzz because of South by Southwest or whatnot, but not the type of buzz, obviously, with Avengers. Like, because you didn't hear that much buzz about it, do you think you enjoyed it that much more? And because the Avengers, like you said, John, there's so much expectations. The reason why I think that even if I have a level all the way up here, that even if it's right up below that, I'll still be satisfied, is because the movie itself, because it's not just a sequel to Avengers. It's the continuation of this franchise. And what they've done with the last couple, regardless of what you think about Iron Man 3 and Iron Man 2, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Winter Soldier, they've been on par. I mean, they've been really, really great. So to get, and like you, Mark, you brought up the villain. Ultron, to me, is what I'm most excited about, because even though I've liked the majority of the Marvel movies, Loki's really been the only villain that you can pull out that right off the top of your head. I think that's going to change. And I think from when you do get a second movie, it is going to feel more like the Empire Strikes Back or whatever it is, because things have to change in this one. Because it's not just about seeing the Avengers anymore together. That's what the first one was about. Like you said, it's the greatest comic book movie because you have the guys you've always wanted to see fight together. That's gone. You can't rely on that anymore.
Right.
You have to further the story. And they're going to do that, and they have to, because Civil War is right around the corner. These events have to go into Civil War. That's what I'm excited about. I think that the story is going to surprise people because it's not just about the spectacle. The story and the character development between Stark and Captain America, that's what I'm looking forward to.
To go to your point about memorable characters, quick, Mark, who is the main bad guy in Thor: Dark World?
It was kind of Loki for a second, then it was some other dude, because then Loki was a good
other
guy.
Dude, exactly. Right. Who can just say Malekith off the top of their head, right? Just so completely to your point. And I should just mention before we move on to the next topic that I mentioned there's going to be 8 of us that are going to this thing tonight. So Maud Gareth, if you were watching, you are not going to see this tonight. Just want to rub our Jedi Council member, rub it in just a little bit